Hello everyone, welcome to CommerceNet Scholars. I hope you all are perfectly fit and fine, and now you are being regular with the studies because the semesters have also started and the exams are also in continuation. So, talking about today's video, I'll be explaining you about the basic differences between life insurance and general insurance. What are the basic difference between the two? That how do you think that life insurance will be different from the general insurance? Talking about life insurance, we are going to get our lives insured either for ourselves or we are going to get it insured for a person we have a blood relationship with or a legal relationship with. Talking with the blood relationship, we'll have our children or our parents insured. Talking about a legal relationship, we'll have our spouse or the partners of our firm insured, so that in their absence we are ready to face any financial losses or setback. Talking about general insurance, all the property related insurances will be covered under general insurance, whether we are talking about fire insurance, marine insurance, motor insurance, aviation insurance, burglary or theft insurance. All that forms of insurance will be coming under general insurance. So let's start with analyzing the differences between the two. But as you all know, before starting the video, a reminder for you all, please do watch the video till the end. Give it a like if you really like the video. Share it with your friends as much as possible. And most important of all, subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Let's proceed with today's most important topic, that is the difference between the life and general insurance. I hope you understood the basic difference between the two. Now, talking about the difference between life and general insurance, the first point says it offers protection against financial loss that could result from the death of an insured individual. This is a point wherein we are talking about life insurance. Talking about general insurance, it covers non-life assets such as your home, vehicle, health, travel, etc. from floods, fire, thefts, accidents and disasters. As I told you previously that life insurance we are getting our life insured, and for general insurance we are getting our property insured against any probable risk that can arise due to flood, fire or accident, theft, anything like that. Next is runs for long term after the premium is paid regularly for a certain period, whereas general insurance contract or short term contracts need to be renewed every year. When we are talking about an insurance policy, generally we have it for a longer span of time, that is for more than 1 year, for 5 years, 10 years, 35 years, whatever suits our requirement and whatever is under our financial capability and the financial capability of the insurance company. But when we are talking about the general insurance that we are getting our property insured, we get it insured just for 1 year and it is renewed every year. This is a must. You cannot have a collective insurance for the property, right? Whenever you are taking an insurance policy for your property, you are going to take it just for 1 year, that is a shorter duration of time, and you are going to get it renewed every year after that once the policy comes to an end. Next point says sum assured is paid either on occurrence of the insured event or on the maturity of the policy. See, when we'll talk about life insurance in detail, we'll understand what are the different types of life insurance. In life insurance also you have a number of types, right? We have term insurance, we have endowment policy, we have whole life policy. There are a number of policies that we'll discuss later in detail. I don't want to overburden you right now. So, talking about the sum assured, the compensation that we'll be receiving will be received either at the death of the person for whom the insurance had been taken, that is the insured, the death of the insured, or at the maturity of the policy. In case you had taken the policy for 10 years and you assume that the person would under any circumstances would die within 10 years, right? The person is still alive, so you're going to get the compensation after 10 years, that is on the maturity. But if the person dies within 10 years span of time, say after taking the policy for 2 years, 3 years or 4 or 5 years, you're going to get the compensation when the person is dead. Next is insurable interest must be available at the time of contract. Insurable interest, that means the person for whom you have taken the insurance, it should be either you, yourself, or anyone that you have a blood relationship with or a legal relationship with. You are not going to take an insurance policy for your friend, because that is just a relationship of love or belongingness. That is not a legal relationship, that is not defined under any law, particularly when we are talking about the laws or the relationships concerned with insurance contract. Insurable interest must be present both at the time of the contract and at the time of loss for general insurance, except in marine insurance, where it is compulsory, where it must compulsorily exist at the time of loss and may not exist at the time of contract. Now, talking about insurable interest, it must be available at the time of contract, that is the commencement of the contract. Whereas when we are talking about the general insurance, it must be available at the commencement of the contract as well as when the person has faced the loss. Coming back, rewinding back to life insurance, if we are talking about the insurable interest available only at the time of commencement of the contract, simply means what? If you have taken the insurance policy for your spouse and later after the policy is taken, you both have been divorced. So now there is no relationship between you both. Still, the policy is continuing and it will be payable as per the terms and conditions of the contract that you both had entered into. While talking about the general insurance, whenever we are taking a general insurance, we are going to make sure that the property must belong to our name when we are taking the insurance, as well as when we are claiming the contract, when we are claiming the compensation, even at that time the property must belong to you. It should not have been transferred to someone else. For example, छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल लेके समझते हैं. मान लो आपने कार खरीदी, आपने उसको 1-2 साल चलाया, आपने इंश्योरेंस करा रखा था उसका. थर्ड ईयर में आपको उस कार को सेल करना था, लेकिन आपने बिगिनिंग ऑफ द थर्ड ईयर में आपने इंश्योरेंस करा लिया. नाउ अगर मान लो जिसको आपने वो कार सेल की है, उससे कोई एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, कार को डैमेज हो जाता है और वो कार उस पर्सन के नाम पे, सेकंड पर्सन के नाम पे ट्रांसफर हो गई है, तो अब ये जो इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी आपने कराई थी ये उसके लिए वैलिड नहीं होगी. लेकिन वहीं पर अगर ये इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी अभी भी आपके नाम पे है और कार भी आपके नाम पे है, पेपर्स अभी भी ट्रांसफर नहीं हुए हैं, भले ही वो पर्सन उसे चला रहा है, पेपर्स अभी भी ट्रांसफर नहीं हुए हैं, तो इस केस में आपकी इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी वैलिड है. तो कंपनी जो है सारा क्लेम और कॉम्पेंसेशन देगी कार की रिपेयर के लिए. ठीक है. लेकिन मरीन इंश्योरेंस का क्या डिफरेंस है कि इट मस्ट एग्जिस्ट एट द टाइम ऑफ लॉस एंड मे नॉट एग्जिस्ट एट द टाइम ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. मरीन इंश्योरेंस में माइट बी पॉसिबल कि ओनर ऑफ द शिप जो है वही इंश्योरेंस करा रहा है आपकी प्रॉपर्टी के लिए. तो इस तरह से क्या हो सकता है कि इट मस्ट नॉट एग्जिस्ट. जरूरी नहीं है कि टाइम ऑफ लॉस पे वो प्रॉपर्टी उस शिप ओनर की हो, बट हाँ, जब आप इंश्योरेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंटर कर रहे हो तब वो उसके नाम पर जरूर होनी चाहिए. लास्ट पॉइंट सेज the sum assured is payable in case of a life insurance claim. Whatever sum has been insured, अगर आपने 25 लाख का इंश्योरेंस लिया है, 50 लाख का इंश्योरेंस लिया है, 10 लाख का लिया है, 5 लाख का लिया है, 2 लाख का लिया है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द कैटेगरीज दैट आर देयर अंडर लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, जितना आपको अश्योर किया गया था ना at the time of the commencement of contract, you are going to get the entire amount. Wherein the case is different with the general insurance policies. When we are talking about the general insurance policy, the amount payable under a general insurance class is limited to the actual loss suffered irrespective of the sum assured. In case you had insured your property for say rupees 25 lakhs, but the loss that you are suffering at present is merely of rupees 5 lakh. So you cannot expect that the insurance company is going to provide you entire 25 lakhs rupees for your claim or compensation. Rather, you will be receiving only rupees 5 lakh, that is the actual loss that you have suffered for as a compensation. So I just hope the basic difference between life and general insurance is clear to you all. Next topic we'll be discussing in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you. And again a reminder to subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, so that you can get all the notifications timely and beforehand.